deal. I was planning on doing that Black Lives Matter lesson on Friday.
Yep.
So the question becomes, do I stick with that and bump AIM 17 to Monday? Do I...
AIM 17 is nativist.
Yes. Do I push Black Lives Matter back? Because then I also realize that this is another thing. On the 30th is career day.
That's right.
And we don't have... So I really have to push 2 aims back here. And then so...
Then you're at IA review.
Yeah. What's the...
IA, the first day of the IA is the 13th, but it's science vocab.
So there's really plenty of time.
You have plenty of time.
Great.
Yeah, you can bump them all.
So I'll just push them both and not worry about it too much. Okay. And keep the Black Lives Matter on Friday?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I agree. Cool.
Great.
That was easy enough.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Alrighty. So I have a couple of other quick hits.
Yes.
And then we'll go into coaching. First, I'm actually not entirely sure that this email, if you were on this email, but the one around the looking at student work from Brenda around this assessment. No, great. So Brenda's running a cross-network looking at student work on this DBQ that you gave over the phone for a hand selection, like a group of 8th grade history teachers and deans.
Cool.
I'm going to make sure that you're on that invite.
Great.
So look out for that by the end of the day.
Cool.
Next, thank you for the flag on vocab stuff on Friday. Did you get a chance to look at the email that I sent out clarifying for vocab for this week?
Yes, and it is clear. My only other
thank you.
lack of clarity. I thought I understood based on that document how to pull the report and grade.
Yep.
I don't. So I can also ask Brecca if
I can
that's
show you.
better.
No, as the owner of vocab, I can show you. So essentially, like, what you do is you go to Illuminate, and then once you have the grades fully scanned, you're going to go to reports for that assessment. And on the reports page, what you'll do is you'll pull up the report called Student Matrix. And none of these exist yet because we haven't scanned anything. And oops. So let's just say you're 5th grade. You'll go here. You do matrix report, and it creates an Excel document. And what you'll do is you'll put side by side or screen by screen the matrix report, and then illuminate it. And this will already be in alphabetical order, and then you're just going to have to manually input into Infinite Campus.
That's fine. How about scores for their book quizzes? Because I was writing them down for a while, and then some of them didn't come up with a word count, or with it just said you passed the quiz for whatever reason. Accelerated Reader didn't give me that information. So I was like, good job.
Yeah, good. This is a great question. So Brecca can certainly engage with you more on this. The best way to do that, you're not going to put that individual score from the Accelerated Reader quiz directly into the gradebook. What you're going to do is you're going to put an average of all of their scores that's calculated. So you're going to go to the Endeavor Many Minds site, then you'll go to Documents 2016-2017, Humanities Data. I'm moving really quick. You'll go to the Millionaire Tracker.
Yep.
It'll come up, and if you're interested, you can see your homeroom standings, the number of words, all the good homeroom. And you'll pull up an individual kids, and what you'll see here is a couple of different data points. First, the total words the student has read, whether they're off track, on track, and you'll also see that they have an average comprehension score. So for each grading cycle, every 2 weeks when the progress reports are due, you're going to re-enter the comprehension score out of 10. So if they have a 90% average, 9 out of 10. And then if they're off track, on track, it's a binary grade. And that is in Brecca's email about how to do that binary grade. So this off track, on track is like, are you meeting your words read goal currently or not? And that is where I believe we're going to see the most lower grades that are going to prevent us from doing quite well.
Yeah. Okay.
Does that resonate?
Yes.
Okay.
So they're due tomorrow by 4.
That is correct.
Yeah. So that's 3 different scoring components, right?
The vocab quiz will not be entered this week because there hasn't been one yet. That'll start the next grading cycle. So for this round of independent reading, you only need to enter the off-track, on-track, and the average comprehension score.
Got it. Okay.
Cool.
Awesome.
Then follow up on your quick email to me and last one next steps. Your last one next step is to
add the Think Aloud scripting with MVP to an upcoming lesson. I did it for 17.
And that's just Thursday, right? Yes. Yeah, I saw that email. So I will turn around to you just like quick feedback on that last one next step by the end of the day. And so you should, but it's probably, Duncan, going to be delayed delivery for 6:30 a.m. So expect that from me. Let's jump into ops feedback.
Cool.
All right.
I do have a couple other
go
questions.
For it.
Didn't know if you want to do that now or later.
Let's go.
Elaine and I talked about Fun Friday. I love that we get time bought back. Is there another place that can be bought back from so we can still be part of Fun Friday? I'm not complaining about the buyback. I think I have good relationships with kids and building them. Just something to ask about. If not possible, not a huge deal for me. I'll probably still go to Fun Friday, on occasion just to spend time with kids. Not something you have to answer now.
I can't answer it. So I will loop back as a quick hit in our next coaching meeting on this.
Cool.
It's an interesting idea. I'm not sure off the top of my head.
Okay.
Yep.
And then another thing, my brother and sister-in-law are having a kid October 8th. I don't need to be there for the birth necessarily, but would want to go there as soon as possible. Okay. So if it's early or late, I just wanted to make sure that was on your radar for the 8th is when the due date is, but
Great.
I think we're all traditionally late.
Yeah, we are. That's good. So what you can do, one thing for me is just send a quick email to Caroline, Josh, CC me, and just remind us of that.
Cool.
And so when that does come up,
it's not a surprise.
You can certainly put family first.
Cool. Awesome.
It's so exciting.
Yeah, excited. Thank you. And then the only other thing was history coverage with history teachers Elaine and I talked about. I know just schedule-wise, it's impossible. For planned absences, that's probably something we can try to orchestrate. Is that even something that Josh can think about in a minute? That it's asking for coverage or no?
You should reach out directly to Josh on that.
Cool.
And if you can you CC me on that? I'm interested in what the solution is.
Yeah, just curious.
Cool. No, it's good. I definitely, good.
Awesome. That was it.
Great.
Thanks.
All right. So, we had a school-wide goal to go after week 6, focus and investment. Would students stay if they had the choice to leave, and our students doing the heavy lift? Our students focus on work from the start to the finish. 95% on task, a solid 3 in classroom climate, and 95% on habits. You remember the habits?
Tracking, posture, voice? No. Shit. Terrible.
Posture, tracking, loud and proud.
Loud and proud.
Yeah, you got it.
Sorry.
You met your goals.
I
did not mean to sound surprised there.
I'm surprised, Andrew. It's all good. Not surprised, but pleasantly so.
I'm really, really excited for you. Talk to me about the inputs in today's lessons that led you to meet the goals today.
Yeah, I think it's the uptake of posture reset or narrating that precise direction. Again, narration is I keep going to you're older than this. I should have to say this, but it's just got to keep doing it. So for me, really just streamlining that of I got energy, we're focused, we're working, but also this is just part of what the directions will be now, and really normalizing that I think has helped.
I heard there were three core things that I saw you doing today that I thought was extremely impactful in terms of you meeting goals.
Cool.
First and foremost, coming out of last week's coaching meeting, we talked about going after very clear directions while you were debriefing a document around hands and eyes, and I saw the uptake there, and we'll look at it in just a second on a video. You were clear about where students should be tracking, when they should be writing, and as a result, very close to 100% of students were writing during those times or tracking where you wanted them to do. Second, that posture reset was so strong. You were sweating it. You're giving least invasives for it, and as soon as I saw you give 2 quick least invasives, you're like, I think I probably am going to need to do a whole class pretty soon, and you did the whole class, which was great. And then finally, Duncan, tone today was spot on.
Cool.
You had that great moment with Elijah London. That I think the TCP rubric language is a moment of like joy and awe and fun or something goofy. Like the whole class was like with you. That joke landed, and it was really nice to be in there.
Cool.
I want to show you and zoom in on narration and something that you pulled out here as something that I think that we can dive deeper on to fully leverage to hit a 4 on classroom climate and also move those habits numbers even further along. First I want to show you a quick video, and then I'm going to show you the way that I would focus on narration. What I want you to think about as you watch both this and then my model is what is the difference between your narration
Sure.
and mine.
So we just looked at and caching it like so we get to see this terrible board. I apologize. Thank you, assistant's credit. Sourcing helps us understand what. Sourcing helps us understand what. Got the Andes on the right side right here. That's the cause, eyes on them. Yeah, and what is it? What does it help us do? Here, roll somebody else. Try it, Christian. Chris is there right away. Thanks, that's good.
Great. Okay. Okay. Eyes up. Scholars, what's sourcing? Hands. Track Andy. Brandon turned his head right away. Nasrima's eyes went immediately to Brandon. Andy. Pause. Stop. Great. What was the difference between my two your narrations and mine?
I like thank the kid for tracking rather than re-give directions, right? Which isn't like helping the kids who might have that processing moment. They need extra time with directions. Also really super precise and like focusing on the urgency of it too.
Exactly. So like what might the impact be if you were more precise in your narrations rather than just saying like Andy's there?
Yeah. Urgency, just getting more done. Feels like we can get the things faster, definitely.
Agreed. I think there's another piece here where it consistently paints the picture of precisely what you want students to be doing so that you get less and less off vision and more hone in on like the exact habit that you want to go after.
Cool, yeah.
And so I want us to practice using narrations that are aligned to our MVP direction for both our habits but also our academics. So we're going to do 2 rounds of practice right now. We're going to think about the narrations for tracking and for posture that can be increasingly specific. And we'll start there, okay? So I want you to take 1 minute. Let's pull up today's lesson.
Okay.
And let's zoom in on one of the documents.
Great.
Do you want to do